I'm Tevlev from Tin Gaming, and I'm going to show you how I made some of my stages. I'm going to start with Ice Cap Zone. Now this has actually been like a big request. It's probably the biggest request I've got for a video. It's just, you know, why don't you just show us how you make them? And I do have some where I actually am building them. They're mostly streams, and you can find them. There's a playlist in the description. But I just want to show you, sort of like give commentary how I made these specifically. And in the last video I got a lot of comments about this one. And I'm also going to show you how to make a few others. But I'll start with this. Mostly it's just like the gimmick of the icicles, right? That's sort of, you can't make things on a timer, you would think, in Stage Builder. But I figured out a way. And it requires a bunch of other little tricks. And I'm gonna start by deleting the foreground so you can see it. And if I show you how to make this, I want you to use these gimmicks in your own stages and not just make mine again. I don't know why people do that. Like, you can just download my stage, right? You don't need to make it again, but you know, you can't grab onto ledges or you get stuck somewhere, or you know what I mean? I don't know why people need to copy it so much. I am looking forward to seeing more stuff like this, and hopefully people can expand on it, you know. Okay, so you might have seen how it works. It's just a slow moving object that pushes it, right? And it moves back, and once it's out of range, which will take a while, once it's out of range of the spawning area, it will spawn again, because an object cannot spawn inside another object. And I know what you're thinking. That doesn't look like fun. You can just go stand up there, right? But you actually can't. You'll fall right through it. Because that's called, well, there's the gimmick at work. This is the backslash trick, which is one of the most useful things discovered in this mode. And I'll show you how to make that, because that's sort of the most important thing about it. I'll just delete everything because I don't need it. The backslash trick is very helpful and very easy to do. You just put it in the corner like that, and then you go over here, tap this other corner right on the edge, and then you go all the way up, and then complete the shape. That's it. And then once you shrink it down, it doesn't need to be shrunk in a specific way, just make sure you make it flat like that, and then I won't even be able to spawn because there'll be nowhere to stand. I'll make this real quick, and it's as simple as that. What the backslash line also does is that it can interact with other objects, but not the players, or like, you know, any of their projectiles like this. You know, this isn't gonna hit it. It'll go right through it. Everything will go right through it, except for, like, if you have this on a rail, it'll just bump into it and return. Or if you have it set to gravity, it'll just roll down, which is really good, because then you could make you know, hazards like these, right? Because if this stuff wasn't here, it would just be how you would expect a stage builder hazard to be. Like, you know, you have just icicles falling, and this is like the base level of like this is like what people think you can do with it. Like, okay, yeah, you made the ice fall, but that's not fun at all if it's like that. So the fact that it's like this, and you also, I really tested it. Like, I don't think you can come stand up here. Like, it's too pointy. Either way, it'll fall. Like, I really tested it a lot. You really... Oh, that was weird. Yeah, you really can't get up there. The main trick with dealing with the stage limit is just having as many objects as possible being connected. For example, the background, that's all one, you know. I guess that's two. You know, you got some back here. Actually, these might be separate. Everything that can be connected should be connected. But I guess it's not really in a place where you could connect these. Are these not connected? That means I got really lazy, and that's a bad example. No, these are connected. You know, you got these connected and these should have connected. These, I remember this was like towards the end, but you shouldn't do that. You can be more efficient always, I think. That's why in my time-lapse videos, it seems like it's about to run out, this is the weight limit, and then I start redrawing over everything. I really recommend watching those as well, because that shows the process in fast motion how I make a stage. Now I'm just gonna walk you through how to make one of these icicles, and I'm at this sort of sample stage that I just threw together just to show you how it could work in a different layout. And there's gonna be one here in the middle. The first thing you want to do, you're gonna make it way bigger than it's gonna be. You have to shrink it down later, and you have to shrink it because you want to get this little shape here. You don't actually need to shrink it. It's gonna be way easier if you do that. It doesn't need to be even. Okay, then you're gonna shrink it down and make sure that you cannot grab this, so just edit the object, turn that off, and then move that where you want it. Turn gravity on, put the ladder in there, or the spring, if it's big enough. I mean, really, I guess that wouldn't. Nah, we're gonna make it big enough. Like that, and then we have to do the backslashes. So now we do 2 backslashes. Like I showed you before, they're very easy to do. I wish you could move the camera faster. Okay, once you have them, you just try your best to even them out, because making them straight is there's not really a science to it. You know, you just have to do it. If you look really close at the pixels, you can kind of tell when it's flat, but you can't ever get it exactly flat. But that's good enough, right? You can tell that there's like, you can see a little pixel there. That's how you know it's not flat. So you just put that in there, and now it won't fall, right? It'll stay put. And then we'll get this, and you can also make this higher. Like, you can make the little notch like up here, for example, if you wanted it to be hidden more. As long as there's a notch somewhere, it doesn't need to be exactly there. But we'll get another one here, and then actually we'll move this like here, because it doesn't need to be inside of it, because it has a spring in it, so it's going to stay straight up like that. And that way it won't, because you don't want the icicle to like be pushed to the side, you just want it to fall. Moving to the side is kind of like a tell when it's going to fall, but that's mostly a side effect, but also, I don't know, it's useful, because you don't want hazards to be like totally unavoidable, or like unreactable rather. So we just put that like there or wherever, and then we're gonna move that in and have this go up, because like I pointed out before, if it's inside this range of this object, it won't spawn, because an object can't spawn inside another object. So with that, it should work. Hopefully it doesn't push it too far. Okay, just like that. Maybe move this a little more. I'll speed up this just to make it, actually I'm gonna make the starting location should probably be where the actual object is, which is totally hidden by the rail. But and a cool hazard, I think, would be to make it lava or something, you know, because it doesn't need to be an icicle. It can be any shape. It can be anything, right? So I think people should experiment with that, and I'm eager to see those, because I don't want people to just make like their take on Ice Cap Zone or something. You know, you can make other falling icicle areas from games. Like any ice level from any game always has falling icicles. Volcano level, you know, if you make this dirt, it'll be brown, and maybe it has 3 falling, and maybe one of them in the middle is lava. You know, there's a lot of potential just like the simplest things. So if this is lava, that might be cool, I think. I mean, really, it would almost make no difference, because then it wouldn't, the hazard would be this rather than a thing that falls, you know? But it's up to the creator. Even just this, I think, this works as a layout. It's just simple, and not every hazard needs to kill you every time. It can just be you throw someone and then they happen to bounce off. Like it is exciting when someone gets saved by the falling icicle. When I was testing this stage, it's fun when that happens, or when you didn't know the icicle was gone and they got KO'd. That's to me, that's fun. It's not always just very controlling hazard like half the stages in the game. I like the real regular normal stages. I'm just not a fan of most of those hazards, so it's fun to make your own. Okay, so yeah, this is just kind of what I threw together as an example. Also, I have a poll in the top right, the iCard. You can vote on what you want me to talk about in general, just like aesthetics or gimmicks or glitches. Maybe something else. I'm not sure what I'm going to put there entirely, but yeah. You know, actually, this kind of looks like the level from Mega Man X. I think that might work for something like this. What was that? The Mandarin or the Mango? What was that? The Armadillo? That might be it. Yeah, Armadillo. Armored Armadillo. I don't know. Okay, so that's just an example of what you can do with it. What I'm trying to say is, don't just remake my Ice Cap Zone stage. Remake this one if you want, because I'm not going to upload it because I'm already editing over a stage I already have saved. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Make sure to vote on that poll. Tell me what else you want to see. Tell me what I did wrong in this video. What did I not explain very well? That would be helpful for future videos.